is this, my crew gon' step. All I know is this, my boys gon' rep. My crew gon' step, 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 step.
A rivalry so big it's got its own nickname and even garners a trophy exchange on the gridiron. It's the Freddyburg game featuring the defending league champion Trojans battling the arch rival Freddies with outright first place in the KMAC on the line. It's live and free boys high school hoops coming your way from the heart of Ohio, and it's only right here on the OH Report, streaming anywhere where internet can be found. Next.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
KMAC action on the way from Centerburg tonight, and it's a big one as we welcome you inside the Webb's Marathon and Automotive pregame for the Freddyburg showdown between the Trojans and the Freddies. Alongside two-time state champion Gregg Collins, I am Brian Skowronski, and we've got a huge rivalry, Gregg. A lot on the line tonight. You can't ask for much better on a Friday night in boys high school hoops. First place in the league up for grabs.
Hey, it's only halfway through the season, but after tonight, there's going to be one team that's going to be the hunted. That's everybody's going to go after, and these seem to be the two best teams in the conference, at least for the first half.
We'll begin first by telling you a little bit more about Fredericktown, 5-0 in league play so far. They've had a few head-scratching losses, though, that I can't really figure out, but they're a very capable bunch, and you watch them, though, and when they get off the bus, they definitely look like a team that's big, physical, and can definitely bang you around a little bit.
Well, I saw Cade Carpenter out front, and that's just one big dude.
He is.
One big dude, and everybody tells me he's a good athlete. You tell me he's a very good baseball player. You know, this is the kind of basketball game. I look on the floor, and there's nobody else as big and looks as strong as he does.
Sure.
Now the question is he going to take advantage of it tonight?
Yeah, we'll find out. You see their best win on the season. They did knock off the Lucas Cubs, gave them their first loss of the year. The worst loss, not in terms of competition, just in terms of overall point total there. They really got slapped by Kip Columbus, a team the Centerburg actually beat. All right, so Cade Carpenter, we talked about him. He's big, he's physical, probably the best athlete on the team all around, three-sport guy. The Freddies need him to be big, though, tonight, Gregg, to get a win here on the road.
Well, I think you're right, and he shoots close to 50% from inside the arc. He's not an outstanding three-point shooter. He will take them. He's taken some three-point shots. But where he can do his damage, and it looks like tonight, he can do his damage is going to be close to the basket. Getting on the offensive boards, dominating on the defensive boards. That's going to be key. It's key in any basketball game, and he's a big, strong dude that can take advantage of that tonight.
Listed at 6'6". Don't actually know his weight, but he looks like he's probably at least 225. That's a big body for a high school kid.
Well, you find guys that are 6'6" and 120, and guys that are 6'6", built like that, there's a difference.
Big time. All right, that's going to be the chore for Centerburg. Can they handle them? They've handled the competition in the KMAC each of the last two seasons. In prime position for the three-peat too, Greg. Still unbeaten in the league, I should say. And they're a tough out at home. Always seem to play here really well inside the arena.
And they've had a couple of big non-league wins besides being undefeated in the conference like Fredericktown. But you mentioned KIPP. Well, KIPP is a team out of Columbus that's having a pretty good year.
Yep. They
put together 5 or 6 pretty good basketball players, a team that's going to be in the Division III district with these teams. And Fredericktown was able to play well and beat that team. Centerburg was able to play well and beat that team, where KIPP must have had their way with Fredericktown. The score is just astonishing to me, the difference in the two games.
Yeah, it was a really good holiday week for Centerburg, picking up a big win there. And then against Grandview, probably their worst loss of the season at the Bobcat Holiday Classic. Colton Martin, this is a guy for Centerburg. He kind of gets the juices flowing. He shoots it pretty well from long range and nearly averages a 20-point double-double on the season. He's got great length, and I like that he's a versatile threat. He can go inside. You'll definitely see him slashing tonight, but he also has some pretty good handles. He can win in the perimeter game as well.
Well, he's a guy that, if you look at the league stats, he plays a lot of minutes. Don't look for him to sit out much tonight unless it's foul trouble or maybe a quick breather. But you're right. He is such a key to this basketball team. Tuesday night, they get beat by a very good Utica basketball team. They were able to shut Cole down to only 9 points. So getting him off to a quick start, a consistent play for the night is going to be key.
And speaking of keys, what do you think gets it done for Centerburg here tonight at home? Give me your Webb's Marathon key to victory, GC.
Well, for Fredericktown, is that what you mentioned? I'm sorry, Brian.
We're going to go with Centerburg first.
Centerburg, is a very good basketball team, and we talked about shooting the perimeter shot. Neither team shoots it a great deal, but Centerburg's going to need to knock down some perimeter shots tonight, and they're also going to need to rebound.
And for the Freddies, you got to pound them in the paint. They've got that big size that we talked about with Carpenter, and they just got some some thick dudes that can probably bully you inside. And for UGC, when they get to the foul line, take advantage, right?
Exactly. I mean, those are freebies. And you're looking at two teams that, average around 55% from the free throw line. I'm sure both coaches work on it. I'm sure they would love to see their team closer to 70%. But especially, as you said, with Cade Carpenter, get him inside, get him to the free throw line, let him take advantage of his size and also his athletic ability and shooting.
Yeah, Carpenter gets to the line, shoots more than 4 times per game at the free throw line. So does Tegan Rule, but like you mentioned, they're only making a couple of those, Greg, so they can have a bigger impact if you shoot that higher percentage every time.
And four times a game is good, but I think in a rivalry game, big game like this, coach would like to see him closer to 10.
All right, we'll step aside for a moment. Honor America with the playing of our national anthem, Star Spangled Banner. Just always something cool about honoring America right before the playing of a big-time competition. And we have got one here tonight, folks. If you're just joining us, 5-0 in the league versus 5-0 in the league. Someone is going to take the top spot tonight and be the king of the mountain, at least for a day. Huge game going down tonight in the Fredericktown rivalry. And it's kind of an interesting time of year, Greg. You coached for a lot of years. This is the first week back after the holiday break.
Right.
What is your opinion about games, big-time games coming? I mean, these kids have been in school just for 2 days after 2 weeks off.
From sleeping in all Christmas break to getting up early, that's true. But, you see some teams, many teams, make that big jump after Christmas break. And I think the big reason is so often during the holiday season you're able to get alumni back in the gym. Some former basketball players who maybe when they graduated they were 6'1", and now they're 6'4", and they've been eating cafeteria food in the college, and they're 30 or 40 pounds heavier, but they want nothing more than to beat up on these young bucks in the gym. And it's a good chance to play against very good competition. Now, depending on their schedules, whether they had games they had to prepare for, maybe they weren't able to get the alumni in as much. But it's always a good time over the holidays to get the alumni in, and I think it really can pick your team up and take them to another level coming out of the break.
Well, I can tell you, speaking from experience, I remember when I was 21 years old, I was about $1.55 in high school, Greg. I bulked up to 205. I could not wait to get home for Christmas and go in there and take on some of the sophomores and stuff, body them up. So I agree. It just makes you better. And it's great also for the alumni to get back and give back in a way.
Well, I get people all the time come up to me and say, how did you not play so-and-so? Look at him. I said, well, when he was in high school, he was 4 inches smaller,
exactly.
40 pounds less muscle.
All right, we got the starting lineups being announced for both sides right now. Here is Centerburg. Got the cheerleaders flipping, running around the arena here. Great atmosphere on a Friday night in the heart of Ohio. And got to say a big thank you to all of our generous sponsors bringing you live and free coverage tonight. How about Centerburg Pointe, the Sabre Health Company, Monarch Title Services, Webb's Marathon and Automotive, Park National Bank, Knox Community Hospital, and Frito-Lay. We could not do it without all of these awesome sponsors helping come together to bring this to you on Facebook and YouTube 100% free of charge.
Now, as we prepare for this game, you look at two similar teams. They both average around the mid-50s. They both give up in the low 50s, which tells you there have been some close games. But if you look at their scoring, each team's only had 2 or 3 close games. Nice set coming out of the break there, coming out of the jump ball. Nice set by Fredericktown, ran a little flex cut. Nice pass inside, got a little bunny. It's always nice to start the game with easy shots.
That's the case for Brady Lester at one end of the floor. Totally different for Grayson Reynolds at the other end. Lost his footing, and he throws up a wild shot. It's out of bounds, and there's another look on the Park replay. Getting in the paint, 2 feet in there, well established.
He is, and he's a guy I'm looking forward to watch play. He's 5'9", but he's averaging over 8 rebounds a game. And you love to have guards that just are fighters. They're willing to get inside and work to get loose balls.
This one's going to be intercepted. Picked off. Nice read by Colton Martin. Looking to push the break. Draws a crowd double teamed here. Flips it out of there.
Both teams starting off with, I was going to say man-to-man. Yeah, both teams are playing man-to-man defense.
Looks like Fredericktown pretty content to switch just about every screen so far. As we're going to get our first foul of the competition.
That's Cade Carpenter. I think if Centerburg had their wish, they'd love to see him get in foul trouble.
Just a $110 into the contest, and he's got his first. As Reynolds comes up top. Now they'll swing it to the corner. Chase out of there is Sewell. And Sewell gives it away. End to end, Brady Lester got the first 4 points of the game.
Good pressure defense, running through the passing lane. Right away, nice pass.
Yeah, beautiful setup that time from Grayson Reynolds. One of the top assist men in the KMAC, over 5 per game.
Fredericktown wanted to trap, maybe create another turnover, but Centerburg did a great job handling the pressure and getting the easy bucket.
Now here's Tegan Rule. Off the kick out, the drive. And again, it's deflected here. The Trojans very active in the passing lanes. Carpenter lost the handle, able to recoup. And now here's the 3 ball on the way. It's going to come up well short. Tipped, and here comes Centerburg.
Nice
Sully.
run out, nice outlet, just not able to convert. Oh, he gets the foul.
So Colton Martin bailed out a little bit, as he'll head to the free throw stripe for a couple. And this has been an aspect of the game, as you talked about during our pregame coverage. Neither team shoots it really well from here, so if one of these teams can elevate their game tonight, cash in a few from the charity stripe, could go a long way to determining a victor.
No question. You know, if you can score from the outside, it's going to open up the inside. It'll open up some driving lanes. Right there, though, hey, nice run out by Martin, nice pass ahead. You know, get some transition baskets. I still think, especially at the high school level, but at every level, the easier the points can come, whether it's transition layups, steals, turnovers, layups, whether it's an inside game, the more success you're going to have.
It's 2 for 2 from Martin. He's got the first 4 right now for the Trojans. Freddie's trying to go down inside on the block. It's poked away from Rule.
Lester's doing a lot of posting up right now, and they feel comfortable trying to get him the basketball in close.
From the top of the key, Ben Mast trying to serve it, and it's going to go through the hands there. A bit lucky as it went through the hands of Lester, and right to this gentleman. To the cup is Trevor Bellman.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was passed to a wrong player, but hey, Bellman was able to take advantage of it and take advantage of a maybe a little bit out of control closeout.
Dangerous pass, and it's going to be picked off. Freddie's now slowing things down at the offensive end, or will they? Rule. It's either an and one or a charge. It's going to go the other way, Greg.
Yeah, I was going to say, both officials looked at each other. Now they're talking. That was close, and again, I'm so far away, it could have gone either way. You're right. I think I was not sure, just like the officials, but that's a big, big turnover right there, because he did score the basket, and it could have been an and one.
So basically wipes a couple points off the board, gives the Trojans possession back off the giveaway there for the Freddies.
And let's remind our Adam, an offensive foul is a turnover. He's a crackpot stat guy too, I guess, huh?
Yeah, we've got some great stats in front of us tonight, courtesy of Mr. Thompson. 2 turnovers from both sides so far. Oh, getting in there. Here comes Carpenter end to end for the throwdown. 2 hands with authority.
That gets the cheering section going right there. But again, another great job running through the passing lane. Maybe not as strong as a pass as you would like, but Carpenter takes advantage. Good ball screen. Actually, an illegal ball screen. A little moving ball screen right there, trying to get the offensive player free for a shot. That's a nice follow, nice dunk. Yeah, he's a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, great size, good lift. 3 sports star.
Comes off a flex cut inside. They get him on a one-on-one situation. Nice move. That was not easy. You're right. You're looking at me. That was not easy. Kind of had to scoop it up there. Nice move to get there, but a very good finish.
And now comes up with the deflection. Gets the steal.
I know Centerburg can't be happy with handling of the basketball right now.
It's 10-6. Freddy's on top here. 3:20 to go in the opening frame. The winner of tonight's game will be in first place outright in the KMAC. both with a goose egg coming into tonight in the losing column. And more good work inside. Close range shot from Tegan Rule.
Well, you're the one who said something about inside game with Centerburg, and they're taking advantage. They're doing a very good job inside the paint.
Good looking give and go, and then tipped off of the Trojans. Last off the hand there of Carter Morgenstern. And the woes continue here for Centerburg. That's 5 giveaways now, Greg, in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's I'm sure they're not happy with that. It was a setup. Well, it was a good give and go, as you said, and just a great recovery by the defense, just not giving up.
Good looking pass. They'll move it around the perimeter. Rule barrels his way in. Got away maybe with a charge, and the 3-ball finds its way home from Bellman, ringing the bell. Timeout taken by Centerburg. The Freddies out to a double-digit lead.
Well, he knocks down that 3, and watch. Right there in front of the Freddie crowd. Well, you can't see it, but he motioned to him. He let him know that it was a 3.
As he should. What a great rivalry environment that we have here tonight, folks. Both student sections packed in. A lot of energy here inside of the building. And feeding off that energy so far, Fredericktown. And they've done a lot of their work, as you said. If you can get close range shots, it's always beneficial for you as the offense. Combine those with the long range now. Fredericktown's got it all going on.
Right. Well, he felt confident there. But, I getting what we call easy baskets. Now, it's not easy in the sense that, it comes easy. It's hard work. Playing great defense, running through the passing lane, getting steals. But it develops into easy points at the other end. That's certainly something that Fredericktown has been able to take advantage of. Some flex screens on the baseline, getting the size, getting the person they want open within 4 feet from the basket. Centerburg has not had an answer for that yet. Fredericktown able to get some easy points. Again, hard work to get there, but the result is an easy shot, close-in shot.
So the Trojans now walking across the timeline, trailing by 11.
Big possession for, and here's another turnover.
Coach Marhefka looks a little bit livid as they get an inside Rule. Blocked shot, turned away.
Good defense, good conversion defense by Centerburg that time.
Now Martin surveying, gets it back up top. Colton again, thought about a deep 3.
They're passing the ball, but the ball is sticking a little bit. I think more than what Coach would really like right now. And that means that the guy who catches it is kind of holding it. Well, the longer you hold it, the more time you're giving the defense to respond and get into help side position. I think if Coach Marhefka would have his options, he would like to see a little bit more ball reversal, a little bit quicker ball reversal. Here's a nice attack of a closeout. Nice move.
And that's Reynolds coming up with the finish.
I remember him last year in the tournament game that Brian Harder and I did. Played a big part of that.
Coming off a 13-point game in their last victory. His first 2 of the contest. Now Carpenter kind of had to will that one up. Tough shot.
It was good defense. Bodied up to him, and that's what you got to do to a big boy.
It's going to be foul number 5 now on Fredericktown, so those starting to accumulate. And that's going to send Centerburg to the line.
Well, the question will be, we talked about free throw shooting. If and when they get into the one-on-one or the 2-shot bonus, you got to take advantage. Here's a 2-shot opportunity. That looked good.
Just a sophomore, Trevin Harris. Made a nifty move to get into the lane and get fouls.
Now, one thing about Centerburg, they do have a couple of sophomores that really contribute.
So he knocks down the pair, trims the deficit down to 15-8. Just over a minute remaining here in quarter number 1. 3 ball up, well short this time. And off the miss by Bean, here come the Trojans.
But it was a set play for Luke Bean. Coming off a double down. Nice back door. Not able to finish.
And it looks like a reach in there on Harris. Just the second against the Trojans here in the early going.
Remember, very early, I think within the first minute, Cade Carpenter picked up a quick foul. Well, he's been able to go the rest of the first quarter without a foul. You would love, if you're a Fredericktown fan, you'd love for him to have 2 or less going into halftime. Here's another post entry.
Offensive foul on the little guy. Mouse in the house, Lester.
And again, good post defense that time, not letting him pivot towards the basket. And Lester just wanted a little bit more room.
He's going to check out now with a couple of fouls.
Now, if he was in the NBA, he would, well, maybe not. They have that new rule, but the defensive player would probably fall down and fake an injury like soccer. And
not in the college game now. You're getting technical fouls for that.
You are, which I think is great. Tough to interpret, but.
That was Martin with the short arm jumper. Carpenter with the rebound. He'll bring it himself, set up the offense. Cade back with the rock. Go ahead.
Cade Carpenter out front running the set play now.
Just bullies his way to the foul line. Off target, though, with the shot. And that's going to take us to the end of one. Fredericktown with a hot start. They'll lead by 7 heading into quarter number 2.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
All righty, Centerburg comes back out with it. Again, we'll see what set they run. A little ball screen after the timeout.
And it's going to lead to yet another turnover, Mr. Collins. That's going to be number 6 here on Centerburg, and that's been their Achilles heel so far.
That has. That really has. You know, and both teams, from looking at the stats, do not have a lot of turnovers. But tonight, both defenses are forcing some. You look at Fredericktown, they have 4 turnovers themselves. Now, the difference is it seems like Centerburg's turnovers, so many of them are resulting in layups at the other end. Or if it's Cade Carpenter, it's a dunk.
Yeah, some of us don't need layups, Greg. That's beneath them.
Well, the fact of the matter is when I played, you weren't allowed to dunk.
Really?
Not that I could, but I still tell people you weren't allowed to.
Yeah, that's the reason. Oh, coast to coast. Beautiful finish there by the sophomore Harris.
That was big steal, good steal, and really had some defensive pressure down there. Good finish.
Now here's Cade. Zip
good
pass.
Skip pass.
And it finds the bottom. Big shot there from Luke Bean. Shooting 32% from 3, but just about all of his points come from outside.
Well, and that's a good pull-up jumper right there. But anytime you get a skip pass, you make the help side defense try to close out a long distance. Right there's another example. It's tough. Another shot.
Back to back to back jacks. Triples flying from every direction here inside the arena.
You know, hey, great shots.
Woo!
Great finish. We got a little offense going right now. But the last two possessions by Fredericktown, great skip passes by Cade Carpenter.
Foul's going to be on the floor, just the third here against the Trojans. Actually, it's going to be a shooting foul. And that's going to put Tegan Rule on the line.
Yeah, I mentioned it before the game about both teams struggling free throw shooting. Well, hey, the Berg 4 for 4. Fredericktown for their first opportunity.
And Rule's really struggled this season from the free throw stripe, right around 50% on the year. See if he can make half good on his trip.
I like what Centerburg's done down here in the offensive end. They've been able to get the ball to the basket, get to the rim, get some easy ones themselves. First quarter, Centerburg did a fair amount of ball screening. Another good tack of a closeout.
Now from the free throw line.
See, Centerburg does a lot of 5 out, a lot of movement, good pull up.
Little breeze coming through though. Martin with the air ball. Now the Freddies again trying to get it down on the block.
Good post D.
Lost the handle. Body's on the floor. And it's going to be poked out of play here, so Centerburg will have the ball underneath the hoop. Big hello to everybody out there, and let me be one of the last to say happy 2023 to you all, and hope that we can get some comments coming in on both Facebook and YouTube as that swirls out there for Martin.
It was a good move, just not able to get the ball to fall.
He's got 7 points, and
good
now
D.
He's got the rip into the hands of Reynolds.
They got numbers.
Another skip pass like you talked about. There's the three! Bottoms up from Isaiah Sully.
Very good skip pass, you're right. Very good skip pass. Get it to a shooter, knock down the long three, and now momentum's back at the Berg side.
Nice run by the Trojans. They've been down by as many as 11. Clawed themselves back into making it a one-possession game. The offense, the flow, it's really starting to come alive here for the Trojans. You talked about how much they've been spreading it out. It's been the attack off the bounce, so that's kind of opened things up for them.
Right. And they're playing very good defense down at the other end. And when you play good offense, it so often complements your defense and vice versa. And again, that time right there, I think was that their first three maybe of the night. It was a nice skip pass to an open shooter, second three, to knock down the shot. And so far in just under 3 minutes, Centerburg's got 10 points where they scored 8 in the first quarter.
Right.
So, yeah, the offense is starting to click a little bit.
So a hot stretch here for Centerburg.
I always like to watch after a timeout. What kind of a set do they come out with? Especially right now when you're trying to break momentum. Why not get to a shooter? Get it to somebody with the hot hand. I believe there was a fella from the Cavs that had that hot hand the other night. Now we see a hot hand here.
And we're going to get an offensive foul, I believe.
I think it was an illegal screen. That's the second one they've had.
And it's going to go against Jack Lawrence. After the three at the other end, you talked about the hot hand of Bean, and pretty much all his points have come from downtown so far this season. 2 for 2 from beyond the arc so far tonight.
And I don't think any of them have hit the rim. I mean, it's all net.
Total of 5 trifectas have already been hit here in the second quarter. Make it 6. Dial it up from long range again.
Do you think he feels it?
Whew.
I think he feels confident right
he
now.
held that one up there for a while, Gregg. Hand in the cookie jar.
Reggie Miller, I think that's being a good shooter. Keep your follow through.
That one's going to be tapped away backside. Quick hands from Ben Mast.
You guys aren't too young to remember Reggie Miller, are you?
I grew up with Reggie.
He didn't go to Mount Vernon, so I'm not sure if Adam remembers him. But yeah, you're right. He had a big game against the Knicks. Spike Lee can tell you all about it.
Yeah, I was going to say quite a few. There's a whole documentary about it.
So again, momentum is switched. Now it's back after the timeout. Now it's back with Fredericktown. Centerburg's got to find a way to get momentum back. Good drive, not able to finish. Good offensive board.
And guess who? Cade Carpenter rolling over, patrolling the lane like he was a RoboCop, not in his house.
But I like this second quarter, Fredericktown or Centerburg doing, I think, more conscious effort of trying to get the ball to the rim. I like that idea.
Looking to work it around the world. Now Reynolds bounce pass inside, double team. Martin, nice catch. And calling for the ball screen. He'll get a couple. Splits through
nice
the gap.
Pass.
Oh, but Carpenter
better
again.
defense.
His second block, all in the same possession.
Yeah, I think there's a guy in the corner they'd like to get the ball. What a skip.
Halfway home, that one rimmed out, though, for Bellman. And now the loose ball foul. I think it's going to put the Trojans on the line. That'll be team foul number 7 against the Freddies with 3:19 to go.
Now, the next time Fredericktown gets the basketball, notice so many high school players especially throw a skip pass from their waist, which means it's a balloon. The ball's up in the air a great deal of time. Right here you're seeing Cade Carpenter where he throws a bullet. That ball gets there in a hurry. Tough for the defense to react. Knock down the free throws. 5 for 5 tonight. I think it was Adam. Weren't you the one who told me that they struggle from the free throw line? I'm going to blame it on Adam since we can't hear it. But
well, numbers don't lie, Greg.
Well, they don't. You're right. You're right.
Just hovering a shade above 50% on the season. I don't think any coach is real happy with that.
No. But 5 for 6 tonight. They'll take that, and they just like to get to the line. Again, in a game like this, if you get to the line 15-plus times, it means you're the aggressor.
Another trifecta from number 14, Luke Bean with his third.
Right in front of his fans, right in front of his crowd. Probably his girlfriend's right there in the first row.
You hope so, and if it wasn't before, it might be now, Greg. That's actually his 5th three-pointer. 15 points, he leads all scorers. And with the turnover here, the lead swells back up to 11 in Fredericktown with a chance for their largest of the night.
Well, exactly. And thinking just under 3 minutes into this quarter, Centerburg climbed right back into it, forced Fredericktown to call timeout, and since that timeout, Fredericktown's just been on a run. Mostly one player.
See if they can find Bean yet again. Carpenter, though, trying to go to work up fake.
Nice pass.
Wow, what a look inside and a good-looking finish, too, from Dom Thompson.
When you're as good as Cade Carpenter, you're going to draw the double team, and he was able to look, unselfish play, find the open player.
Here's Cade matched up with Martin. They'll get the switch mid-range off target. And Cade with another board. He's having a supreme first half here. Affecting the game in a lot of different areas. Just has 4 points, but he's got a few blocks, Greg, and a couple
some great
nice passes.
passing, some great assist.
There he is.
Good
a pass
defense.
It's going to be tipped away. And fouls coming on the floor. Still going to be free throws, though. Trojans going to be in the bonus the rest of the way out.
It looks like Trayvon Harris now has been assigned to Bean, and I wouldn't doubt if coach didn't tell him, hey, don't worry about help side defense. You just stick to him like a glove, baby. He's got the hot hand. We'll have other people rotate on dribble penetration.
Well, I love that you said, he's got the hot hand and, keep your hands on him, because I actually saw him here at the other end. He was holding his hand at one point, Gregg,
was that right?
Defensively, just to try to keep him nice and close to him. Just trying to cool that thing off.
Whatever it takes. Hey, he is wearing number 23. You got to be a pretty good player to wear that number. Great hustle. Great hustle.
Through the legs, and a timeout awarded here to Fredericktown as Ben Mast. I mean, this is tough here because he literally in between. He's got one hand wrapped around his leg like he's going for a single leg shot in an MMA bout.
That was tough. I mean, I'm not going to comment on the officiating on that, but I will comment on the hustle of both players.
Sure.
As a coach, that's what you want to see. You want to see guys get on the floor. You want to see them relentless going after the basketball. But that was a tough break for Centerburg.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's their home gym. Yeah. I'm telling you, Duke gets the calls at Duke. Shouldn't Centerburg get the calls at Centerburg?
You would think.
Mount Vernon gets the calls at Mount Vernon. Again, I asked Adam, who is a Mount Vernon grad, why are they the Yellow Jackets, but their colors are orange and black?
No,
I don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't know. But good ball movement right there. Good post entry. Nice job of doubling and nice job of rotating. Getting the steal.
Oh, Sully end to end. And it looked like he got hit on the shot.
Yeah, he got lucky. He did a great job with the steal, the penetration, the jump stop. Looked like to me maybe lost control of it and didn't get the good look that he wanted, but he gets bailed out with the foul, and now a chance to go to the line and get 2 freebies. As soon as I started complimenting Centerburg on their free throw shooting, struggles have occurred.
You just can't pat kids on the back anymore, Gregg.
Yeah.
They get too much in their own head. And I believe the last 3, now make it 4, have been off target after that hot start.
And just think, add 4 points, you get it down to single digits, which I'm sure is something they would love to have here by halftime. Boy, Fredericktown really wants to dribble penetrate. They really want to get that ball into the paint.
Got some excellent ball movement going on right now. Skip
nice
pass
flare.
for Carpenter.
Now if you're Fredericktown, you got a pretty good lead. I mean, do you sit the rest of the quarter? There's 42 seconds left. Don't force it, that's for sure.
Well, I think that's what Coach Derek Deibling was just telling Cade. Just, hey, I think that's the right idea. Bring it out.
Yeah, he said, we got momentum, baby. Let's just, they do a good pick and roll, good move.
Too hard off the glass, though, from Xavier Mullins, and it'll be out of bounds. Back over to the Trojans.
Good job, good defense by Centerburg. Now, with 24 seconds left, if you're Centerburg, I see so often where high school there could be 3 or 4 possessions in the last 20 seconds, and I don't understand that. I mean, don't you want to have the last shot? Don't keep your opponents from having the basketball.
Sure, there's no 2 for 1 when you're playing at the high school game.
There's no shot clock. I think there should be. Now you got to get a shot.
And
good
they
defense.
Won't. So that'll take us to the end of 2 in the Freddyburg game, with Fredericktown coming on the road and taking a 12-point lead into the tunnel. We'll step aside and we'll be back with our Marathon Webb's Automotive halftime report that'll include stats and all that you need to know about the second half. So keep it here. We'll be right back after this quick word from our awesome sponsors.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
It's 32-20 at the break here in the heart of Ohio. Fredericktown on top on the road by a dozen, and you've watched it all live and free thanks to our generous sponsors. How about Centerburg Pointe by Sabre Health? Focus on creating a home-like atmosphere beyond the barriers of a traditional long-term care community. We are committed to providing senior care services designed to meet the needs of our patients and strive to positively impact the community we serve. Monarch Title Services. Without the support of Rochelle Salmons and her crew at Monarch Title, guess what? We would not be here tonight bringing you all the Trojan action. So if you're selling or refinancing your real estate, you get to choose the title company. Why not support those who support the Trojans? And you can close with confidence anytime, anywhere. Hit up Rochelle. Webb's Marathon and Automotive. You can stop by Webb's Marathon and join the Webb's Rewards program, where you can earn dollars off fuel and free drinks and coffee. Go Trojans. Park National Bank, where you mean more. Knox Community Hospital, where they're in the community, for the community. And Frito-Lay. They are driven and inspired by a purpose, food that matters for life's moments. We're going to step aside one more time. We'll be right back here inside of the arena.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome inside of the Webb's Marathon and Automotive halftime, where at the break it's a 12-point cushion for Fredericktown on the road over Centerburg. I'm Brian Skowronski. I've got Gregg Collins with me here tonight, and I think that you could say that the three ball was kind of the name of the game, Gregg. 6 of them knocked down by Fredericktown, 5 of them all by one guy.
Well, you know, Luke Bean is just on fire in the first half, and you know that's probably the first part of the second half that Centerburg's going to attack is how are we going to attack Luke Bean? And I think it's going to be, you said they were holding hands as defender earlier. Well, I think it's going to be like a glove right now. You know, it's going to be 4 people, you know, playing rotation basketball, but one player concentrating on Bean, not letting him get an open look. And don't worry about help side. Don't worry about rotating. Stay with him. And with that being said, we're going to be able to see right off the bat, how are they going to attack it?
Bean actually is going to be on the bench here. He came off.
That's the best way to attack it.
Easily. 2 shots, 2 misfires here for Fredericktown, but a giveaway. Centerburg got a little bit ahead of themselves in the pass behind Martin out of play.
Well, the beginning of the game, the first, 3, 4, 5 minutes, Centerburg suffered some turnovers. But from there, they did a very good job handling the basketball.
Go inside on the block. Here's Carpenter. Skip pass. Open look. Can't cash in. And a push-off here fighting for position will go against Lester. It's going to be his third.
You know, that's big. You know, that's big. 3. I think he's the only player in foul trouble. One thing that's really impressed me again about Carpenter is his passing. He does a good job of finding open people. Boy, he zips that basketball.
Yeah, you can tell he's a big-time baseball recruit.
Yep. But there's also there's an art to passing, you know, where the ball comes from your body, and he knows that. He gets that ball up high over his head and makes that pass.
Off the attack, that one back iron from Sully. Now off the hesitation baseline, they'll kick it out. Here's the 3 on the way, and that one off the front iron.
Now it looks like Fredericktown came out thinking, hey, we're going to just shoot it from the outside. It doesn't matter who you are. Let's penetrate, let's kick, Let's look for the three.
Here's another one on the way. Reynolds, though, funnels it.
And, again, you have a veteran player right there. He's only a junior, but he's a veteran. Big-time shot. That first half, it just seemed like it was a game of momentum. It went back from one team to the other. Yeah, that's not something you want if you're Centerburg. You can't give up layups.
4 points now for Tegan Rule.
Five-man out, five-man in motion, doing a good job of moving. Maybe the ball's sticking a little bit more than they would want. Good jump shot.
Clean look. Trevin Harris able to knock it down.
The sophomore with a good look.
And a quick score update for you folks on one of our other games going down tonight. Lexington all over West Holmes, 35-17 at the break. No surprise there, and no surprise the Carpenter able to get inside for an easy two.
I don't know if you saw or not, but earlier today, West Holmes got rid of their men's basketball coach.
Yeah, I believe that he resigned.
He resigned, and I tell you, he was a heck of a player.
So the JV coach stepping in that game. If you want to flip over, it's on.
Yeah, and that's not going to Lex on the first night of your head coaching experience.
Good luck.
Not this year where they averaged, 6'6"?
Yeah, they're really big. I just seen them on Tuesday night and really skilled as well. Now here's Bean checking in off the bench.
So now we'll see how they defend Bean, whether he has the hot hand or not. But Centerburg's got to find a way to keep scoring. Keep scoring, and then once you get down there, play a little bit of defense. Get this lead down to single digits. Good. Oh, I thought it was a pull-up jumper.
That will be, and that will land in its home from Reynolds.
And that was a nice move, and you could tell he's practiced that. Nice, put the ball on the floor, pull up for a short jumper. The mid-range game is something that a lot of people are missing these days.
And that one tight inside the bunny for Sully.
Yeah, he just used his strength. Just used his strength to get inside and get a good look.
Reynolds just went into double figure scoring. That one lipped out. Freddy's looking to push the pace. Carpenter threw it right into Reynolds.
It was a good post entry, just to the wrong team. Nice pass.
Yeah, backside.
Just not able to finish. I think he saw Mr. Carpenter coming down the lane and maybe hurried it a little bit.
Approaching the midway point here of quarter number 3. And it'll be a foul against Fredericktown. This was kind of the case in the first half, too, where they racked up quite a few in the early portion.
Well, Trevor Bellman did a good job of bringing the defense out. He brought the sophomore out where it's tough to guard a guy from half court with hard pressure against a good ball handler. And then he was just going with the blow-by. Nice curl cut.
Good looking up fake two. Doesn't lead to a shot, though, as they come out wide. Carpenter looking for an option. Threw a stiff arm there.
Yeah, I think he did. That's one way to get open.
Oh, block shot there. Lester had it turned back, and he stepped out of bounds. Grayson Reynolds
and
made that all happen.
We saw that in the second quarter. Fredericktown was, again, able to get the ball inside, but Centerburg doing a better job of post defense. And here another example. Very good job on a post entry. Better job, though, with post defense.
11 giveaways now for Fredericktown, though they lead it by double figures. They'll swing it around.
Good ball movement, good post entry. They draw the foul.
That's Trevor Bellman a little bit aggressive down on the block with the defense behind Ryder Scott.
Yeah, and he was trying, and he was doing a very good job until the very end of reaching, because he forced that post player. And again, anytime you're down low, it doesn't matter how big you are, you're a post player. He forced him out about 10 feet.
Martin's going to head to the line, switches to the left hand. He created some contact. Couple free throws coming up in his future. Trojans started the night 6 for 6. They missed their last 4, though.
Well, they can't blame me now. I'm not jinxing them. But you're right. They're down 11. You got to make up points any way you can. Free throw line is the best opportunity. That looked good.
Trims the margin down to 10. 9 points now for Martin. Colton averages almost 17 per clip every night.
Hell, he's a veteran, so they expect a lot from him. And they get it right there. Now, if you're Centerburg, you just got to make some defensive stops. They're extending their defense a little bit, coming up closer to half court, trying to get a little bit more pressure on the basketball, which makes it tougher to get post entries. Good rotation, good defense.
So Rule gives it away.
You can see that's a well-coached basketball team. Giving a lot of pressure means there's probably going to be some more driving, dribble penetration. There was there, but good help side.
Oh, good take off the back of the rim.
And you're right, that was a good take. Just not able to finish.
Haven't seen Bean put up a shot here yet in the third.
But that's their third attempt as a team. Yeah, it looks like Centerburg doing a better job of keeping a man close to him.
And the foul will go on the Freddies, their fifth. Trojans just have one so far in the frame.
Cade Carpenter, I think that's only his, second foul?
Looks like he's got 3 now, Greg.
Oh, 3? Okay, so he is going to come out and take a break. This is a chance, an opportunity to, make a run at him. Cade Carpenter has played so well. Maybe not scoring a bunch, but doing a great job inside.
And so is Martin now. This is the second time here in the last few possessions he's been able to body somebody up down on the block and earn a trip to the charity stripe where he just went 2 for 2.
Well, I think he said, listen, I see that Carpenter kid sitting on the bench. I'm the veteran of this team. I'm going to take it inside and see what happens. And last time at the free throw line, 2 nice shots.
And he's now made 3 in a row. Makes him the top point man for Centerburg tonight. He's got 11.
And that's what you want out of your veteran. You want him to be the leader. And so far in this quarter, I think he's done a great job of being the leader. Now, if you're Centerburg, extending the defense has helped. Now they're going to extend it to the full court.
Freddie's able to handle the pressure. Now here's Rule, lost the handle on his way up.
Again, good pressure, better help side defense.
Martin again in attack mode. He's been ultra aggressive here in the frame, and that's already going to be 7 fouls against Fredericktown. We're still in the third quarter here, Greg.
It means it's going to be a long second half. If they keep being aggressive, they're going to go to the free throw line a bunch. If they keep fouling this guy right here, that's not going to be good. He's had a good night from the line.
And foul trouble starting to mount now for Fredericktown. That's going to be 4 on Trevor Bellman. Carpenter's already on the bench with 3, as is Ben Mast.
And I did jinx them. But the lead is down to 7. They've been playing good pressure defense, very good help side defense.
Excellent ball movement here. But the last pass, not there.
It's not the guy that's guarding the basketball that's getting the hand on the ball. It's the help side guy. You can just see we have 2 very well-coached basketball teams out here that they go with their game plan and they execute.
Get it back to the corner. Here is the 3 ball from Bean. He was nearly flawless in the first half. And it's going to be back over to the Trojans.
And again, it was the help side defense that got a hand on the basketball. If you're Fredericktown now, you've gone a little dry spurt, so you got to maybe create with a turnover yourself, create a turnover and get an easy one.
Freddy's led by 12 at the break. Centerburg now a chance to knock it down to just a 2-possession game.
Oh, overplayed, nice pass. Just not able to finish.
Another close-range miss for Jack Lawrence. The sophomore's had a couple. Beautiful setup.
Again, number 3, Colton Martin. I just think he's having a great quarter. If it's not him that's drawing the foul, getting the ball to the basket, he's creating with his passing. Right there, he's doing what I thought Cade Carpenter did so well in that spurt of getting threes in the second quarter for Fredericktown. And they knocked down the free throw.
Trojans have made 11. Make it a dozen free throws so far in the competition. Freddies, not a single one, 0 for 2. Big difference.
That is a big difference. But, they call it defensive foul.
Yeah, foul's going to be on the floor on the way to the basket there.
Is that what you call a Bronx cheer? You know, Fredericktown people, they just, they like the call. Yeah, that's, again, could have gone either way, I guess.
So the dry spell continuing here for the Freddies, but they get another chance. Light it up, young fella.
And I looked right away at Coach Marhefka, and he looked at the guy that's supposed to be guarding him and said, listen, I told you don't leave him. You're a glove. We never dropped the glove. Stay with him.
Well, what a night so far. Got to be a career one for the sharpshooter, Luke Bean, averaging 6.5 points per game coming into tonight. He's got 18, all of them from long range.
And I really thought, there's nothing worse when you're on the hot hand than a quarter or a halftime break. Hell, he came out from a halftime break, sitting on the bench, to, again, you're going to give me a little bit of room, I'm going to knock it down.
Couple clutch free throws there as
again, you're right.
Getting closer to fourth quarter action, under a minute to go.
Now, if you're Fredericktown, you're a little bit more disciplined with the basketball when you have one key player sitting on the bench, a couple of key players sitting on the bench.
Bean can't get it off.
Nice
this
back
time.
door. Good help side defense.
Now here's Luke off the attack.
Down to 35 seconds. Good drive. Good strong move.
Dom Thompson with the crossover and straight to the rack. Pushes the lead back out to 8. Almost a giveaway. Now Reynolds gets his pocket picked. Here comes Dom. End-to-end fouled. And he'll go to the charity stripe.
The referees are talking right now. I think they just want to make sure it was not anything dirty, and they're just calling a foul.
Yeah, you saw there on the Park National Bank replay, Reynolds definitely pretty aggressive there, taking a big swipe, but it looked like he was kind of going after the ball.
Well,
definitely didn't
right.
want to allow an easy one.
And, your coaches always tell you, get a foul, don't let him get the shot up. But
yeah, 0 for 3 now for Fredericktown, and I think that was your key to the game for them, was to try to knock some down.
Exactly. Yeah, when they get the bounce. Now if you're Centerburg, under 20 seconds, go for the last shot. Set something up, go for the last shot. Don't let Fredericktown get momentum going into the fourth.
Here's Martin with the rock, down to 6 seconds.
Good guy to have with the ball.
Down off the block, a dribble, a turn, a shot, too hard off the square. And we are headed to the fourth. Fredericktown pushing their lead back out to 9. That'll be their cushion when money time arrives.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
It's money time here inside of the Coliseum. Centerburg trailing by 9. They'll have the rock, though, to open up fourth quarter action in the Freddyburg rivalry. Brian Skowronski alongside the legendary Gregg Collins tonight. And it's been a fun game, a game of runs for sure.
Yes.
Some back and forth. It's just that the runs for Fredericktown, they've been a little bit more frequent, and then they had the one big one.
Well, and it seems like Centerburg's has some droughts, where Fredericktown maybe hasn't had the drought that Centerburg has had. But they start this fourth quarter down 9. This is a chance where they've got to get momentum back in their favor.
They'll have numbers here.
Get the ball to a key player. 15, 17-footer, knocks it down. Now, come down and get a defensive stop. Great defense.
Oh, wasn't able to keep it in play, but a beautiful block there from Harris.
That was, because it looked like he had a wide-open layup.
Oh,
But Harris busted his butt to get back and got a block.
that one tapped out of bounds by Martin, jumping inside of the passing lane.
I think Martin just had a tremendous third quarter. Himself being aggressive and also passing the basketball. I think that's going to have to continue. Obviously, he and Reynolds are the two veterans. They've played in this game before.
Thompson has to give it up. Now Martin comes out, closes the gap here on Lester. 3-ball comes up uncontested. Nothing but net.
Well, that wasn't. Ben Mass was able to get his feet set and knock down the 3, and that keeps momentum on the Freddyburg side.
And he was able to get the tip there. They can't collect it and keep it in bounds. It's going to be out of play. The Berg will keep it. But here's a look at that last possession. Ben Mass, his first 3 points of the night.
Yeah, I tell you, he's able to get his feet set, and that's like shooting in the driveway. Now, 10-point difference. If you're Centerburg, you'd love to score with the clock stopped. Well, how do you do that? Go to the free throw line. Well, be aggressive. They did a good job in the third period being aggressive. So far in the fourth, they've been aggressive, just not able to finish. But get the ball to the basket.
9 team fouls on the Freddy, so all of them from here on out will lead to a couple shots for Centerburg. Off the attack, no whistle, right back to Papa. No chance for an N1 here. Close, though, for Harris.
Well, and I think he realized he had a smaller player on him, so why shoot it from 15? Why not take it into 5 or 6 feet away from the basket? And did a good job. He lost control of the ball the first one, but second one he was able to get up and almost the 3-point shot.
And they're going to assess the foul to Carpenter. That's going to be his 4th.
Boy, that's big. That's big. Not only would, if you're Centerburg, you'd like to see that boy sit on the bench, but now he's probably going to play a little tentative. You got 4 fouls. Nobody wants to foul out. Well, coach is going to bring him out, which
you hear some of the parents, no!
Well, I think some of the Centerburg parents were a little bit upset because they'd already given the ball to the shooter. But knocks down the free throws, and, hey, we're back to an 8-point game.
Got to get some stops here if you're the Trojans. Oh, Rule. Nice blow by.
It
Tough
was.
up and under shot.
It was. Tough shot, but almost connected.
Now Harris
again inside. Nice move. Oh, okay.
Offensive foul going back the other way. Could have been game-changing.
That would have been big. That would have been big, and that's a tough call, but I still like the move by Harris. I like the idea of getting to the hoop. Just doesn't get the call that time.
And he's going to pick up his 4th foul of the night.
He's had a good game tonight.
He's been really aggressive on defense. We'll see if he has to cool it out just a little bit as that goes up and in. Good shot, close range from Lester.
Yeah, he's in foul trouble, but he takes it up strong inside. And It's a game now where you're down double figures. If you're Centerburg, you got to think about getting some stops. We always talk about in basketball a kill. A kill is 3 consecutive stops, and that's where something Centerburg's going to need a few kills this quarter. Score at the offensive end, but get a few kills.
Definitely got to fill it up for some points here as Reynolds.
Nice move. Nice rebound. Nice.
Jack Lawrence. He's got a chance for one more after the 2 points already counting on the board.
Well, I like Martin on his penetration and shot, and I like more Lawrence just being aggressive on the boards. And when he got the offensive rebound, he kept the ball up high. He didn't bring it down. Kept the ball up high, and now he's rewarded with a chance to go for the old-fashioned three-point play. And if you're Centerburg, hey, you want to score with the clock stopped right now.
Lawrence has 4 points on the night, seeking number 5 here.
If you're Coach Dibbling, you know what's going through his mind. When do I get Carpenter back in the game? Like to get it down to 2 or 3 minutes, but maybe you can, maybe you can't. We'll see. Good pressure again by Centerburg.
And we'll get a kicked ball here. That off the left foot there of Isaiah Sully.
You know, a lot of teams like to give good pressure, but if you're going to give great pressure on the basketball, you got to realize you're going to get some players where you're going to get beat to the basket. So you better be good, sound, defensive help, rotation. Centerburg has done a very nice job with that tonight. Here's a back door. Good job rotation, calls the extra pass, get the turnover.
One pass too many that time as Mass threw it away in between the legs trying to find Dom Thompson.
We said a kill is 3 stops in a row. I believe that's only 1 right there. But they do have the lead, or the deficit down to 7. Now you can score. A lot of time left. You don't have to force.
Yeah, still just under 5 minutes to go. Trojans taking their time here offensively as Reynolds with the jump stop. Had to collect himself, called for the travel. I thought he did a nice job of coming down both feet. We'll take a look here on the replay.
I thought he...
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a half second with the toe tap.
Yeah. Now Centerburg trying to extend their pressure a little bit. Again, I don't think Centerburg has momentum. I think we've gone this whole quarter without either team really getting momentum. But you already have 1 stop. Now you got to go for a second. You got the lead down to 7, and you create another turnover.
Over and back, stepping on his side of the floor, Ben Mass there. And all created by the hustle play. Trevin Harris diving on the floor, and he's got 4 fouls too, Greg. That was kind of gutsy.
I tell you, he's had a very good game. Both ends of the court.
Lawrence sizes up, looking inside. Now off the curl, they'll set it back out.
Nice
Turning
move.
in, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, the putback. One more coming up too. Everyone up on their feet here in the home section.
That was a big offensive rebound. Great putback. And this is as close as we've been since, maybe halfway through the second quarter?
Yeah, it's been a long time since the Trojans have been within striking distance. But the lead will remain at 5. Rebound for Carpenter, who just checked back in.
Nice long outlet pass. Nice move. Very good job responding. Very good job responding. He makes his presence known as soon as he gets back in the game.
Cade's got 8 now in the ball game. Getting close to a double-double.
But his influence on the game is much more than just those 8 points.
Reynolds gets the screen, goes opposite of that wave from Martin. Double team comes. Here's Colton to the rack, and he floats it in.
And then you can see where Cade he didn't want to pick up that 5th foul. So Martin takes advantage of it, takes it right to the basket. Good move by Colton.
3.5 minutes to go. The winner takes the outright lead in the KMAC, and that's going to be foul number 5 on Harris. He is done for the night. Trevin Harris fouls out with 10 points. And he played some phenomenal defense, particularly in the second half.
He did. He had a very good basketball game. That's 5 team fouls on Centerburg right now. So, you still got to be aggressive. Cause some turnovers.
Here's Lawrence stepping out, starting that 5-second counter. And now Rule is going to be fouled on his way to the cup by Ryder Scott. Or excuse me, it looks like we got a timeout first. And it's just going to be a 30-second timeout. Things tightening up, though, here in crunch time, Greg. What more could you ask for, of course? I mean, 2 teams vying for the lead in the conference, and it's coming down to the wire. That's good stuff.
Well, exactly. And we said at the onset that free throw shooting is not a strength for either team. Well, I'm telling you, in the last few minutes here, there's going to be some chances to go to the free throw line. Centerburg is probably going to be aggressive, maybe get more fouls. Fredericktown, are you going to knock them down? It's a rivalry game. It's a close game. Usually players tense up, but maybe this is going to draw out the best of the players.
Want to thank our sponsors real quick: Centerburg Pointe, Sabre Health, Monarch Title Services, Webb's Marathon and Automotive, Park National Bank, Knox Community Hospital, and Frito-Lay. Thanks to contributions from each one of those beautiful businesses. We're bringing you live and free action tonight on Facebook and YouTube.
We said at the beginning that both teams average in the mid-50s. Well, it looks like that's where we're going to have our score. It's going to be somewhere in the mid-50s, unless some team really gets hot here. But if you're Fredericktown, I'm sure you're not telling the players to sit on the ball, but, hey, get a good shot. Good look every time down.
See what they draw up here out of the break. Obviously very content allowing some seconds to milk off the clock here. As
good help, D.
Tough pass inside. Carpenter. Baseball threw that one off the defender.
I don't know if we have that on replay, but that's just, again, I just really enjoy the help side defense. They trap the basketball. Cade does a great job of you watch here, cutting to the basket, but the help side defense does a great job of getting there. Now they cause a turnover. Chance to cut in the lead again.
Yeah, what a big break here for the Trojans. Down by just 5. They've got the rock, just sub 3 minutes to go. Working through the near side wing. Now back up top for Lawrence. They'll swing it. Martin. Now back to the corner. 3 ball on the way. Too strong. Lawrence.
Oh, what a block.
Shot blocked.
And is that 5?
I'm not sure what they're calling on Cade. I didn't see any contact.
Well, I know he had all ball, but he might have come down with the body. We will, Adam is crackpot. He's got it. We're going to see right here. Maybe, yeah. Tough one to foul out on number 5, but the young man is down.
Yeah, back-to-back breaks here for the Trojans. Can they capitalize? They will with the first. Here's Jack at the line, the sophomore, calmly directing the first through the net. He's got 6.
He makes this. We're down to a 1-possession game.
And he's going to go 2 for 2. So now the foul shooting. Boy, what a difference. 19 of 25 tonight for the Trojans. Just 1 of 4 for Fredericktown. Somehow, someway, Freddies still on top. They've got the rock. Excellent take. They'll have a couple more coming up here. Haven't shot any yet in the fourth quarter, but we'll get 2 on the way from Leicester.
Well, it's a shooting foul, so they're shoot. But, yeah, they're still a Centerburg foul away from getting to the 1-on-1. But, it's unbelievable free throw shooting from Centerburg. But right now, crunch time, every time you go to the line, it's important. Fredericktown hasn't been there very much, but right now, can they take advantage in the closing minutes?
Brady Lester back irons, the second tipped out, but collected by Martin. Here comes Grayson Reynolds, gives it back up to Colton.
It's a good 2-man game right there. Those 2 guys passing, double down screen. Nice pull-up jumper. He hit earlier. He hit that jump shot.
Collected by Bean, dangerously threw it in a little bit of traffic.
Yeah, I don't. I think he just wanted to get rid of that ball. Now Fredericktown being content with it. That time, not as much rotation. He's able to get to the hoop.
The defense parted and capitalized, and that time Rule right down Main Street for his 6th point of the night. Martin looking for the answer at the other end. Long limbs, and he lays it in.
That's a great move. He goes in off the wrong foot with his left hand. Tough move. Good move. Fredericktown responds.
Yeah, bet it right back at the other end. The Freddies and Trojans going back and forth.
Now it's important. When 1:10 left, Centerburg's got to score this time down the court. Got to score.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a 3. Get the ball to the hoop. There we go. Just doesn't finish. Hustle on the boards.
And they're going to award a timeout to the Freddies. I'm a little surprised by that. I thought that there was joint possession that time, Gregg. But it's going to work out in favor of the road team. Hanging on by a thread here, on top by 6. Despite the big discrepancy in the foul shooting that I just talked about. 19 makes for the Trojans, now just 2 right now for Fredericktown. But it looks like they're in a great position here to try to escape with a big win.
Well, they're going to have to take care of the basketball, and obviously you know that Centerburg is going to be ultra aggressive. The last possession, they were ultra aggressive, but Fredericktown was able to have a blow by and get to the hoop and score an easy basket. Right now, if you're Centerburg, yeah, you got to take a little bit of a gamble. And maybe there's somebody out there. I wouldn't doubt it. I don't have the stats in front of me, but there's maybe 1 or 2 or 3 players out there for Fredericktown where Centerburg is saying, listen, if they touch the ball, we're fouling them. We want to send him to the line. We want to extend the game as long as we can. It'll be interesting to see what the game plan is for both teams. Does Fredericktown sit on it? Does Centerburg play the hack-a-shack foul game?
I've always been a fan of just trying to extend the game for as long as possible. Keep your pulse going. As long as there's time on the clock, you got a chance.
Yeah, yeah.
Fredericktown, they haven't shot it well from the free throw line tonight and all season, and they don't have very many guys that actually get to the line that much, Gregg.
Right, well, that's key. Now, you hope that your team has practiced that because there's an art to foul. You certainly don't want to make it intentional. Here they're coming with some full court pressure. They get the offensive foul. Good job holding your stance on defense. Very good job by Jack Lawrence. He picks up the offensive foul. Big turnover. Now you got to score.
Yeah, Bellman's gone. Carpenter's gone. We've seen 3 players with Trevin Harris also being out, all sitting on the bench now.
Now if you're Centerburg, you're at that point where you'd like to conserve timeouts, but you got 4 of them. You know, score, call timeout, get a chance to set up your D.
Reynolds turns the corner
Tough
off
shot.
of 1 foot. Yes,
that was tough. Tough shot off 1 foot.
And now Mass through traffic gets fouled. 39.7 ticks remaining on the clock, and he's headed to the free throw line for a huge 1-and-1.
It is. Very big 1-on-1 free throw for Fredericktown. A chance to go up by 8, which would make it at least a 3-possession game. As we hear the Let's Go Freddies, their students have really been in it all game, haven't they? So is Centerburg.
Yeah, this is an excellent rivalry. 2 communities that just love beating one another, and that's not going to help the Freddy cause as it rims out. Here comes Martin. Good
nice
feed
pass.
inside. Lawrence
Just
missed
can't
it again.
finish.
It's about his 3rd such looking play, and it's going to lead to a breakaway. 2 easy points for Brady Lester.
That was. Nice look by Fredericktown, but Centerburg had their chances. Knocked down a 3, good choice. Now the foul comes.
And you can start to smell it if you're a Freddies fan. First place in the KMAC within your grasp, just 11 seconds away.
Now Centerburg got it down to at least 2 possessions, maybe even 1. But Fredericktown made the plays, and they made the plays without a couple of key players playing key minutes here in the fourth period.
Getting some nice production off the bench. Of course, the star of the game, probably the MVP frontrunner, came off of the bench tonight. 18 huge points for number 14, Luke Bean. Really filled it up. 15 of those coming in the second quarter.
That's amazing. He just felt it. One of those nights where he wished they could play a doubleheader.
Second one won't fall, just a 9-point differential. It'll stay there as the final seconds ticking off the clock. Fredericktown coming on the road, and they have knocked off the two-time defending KMAC Kings of the conference. It almost feels like a home game for the Freddies in here. Their fans want to storm the court, but they're going to keep it cool as their team heading into the locker room for a really, really impactful victory talk with their coach. We'll be back with our post-game action that'll include an interview with our MVP, so drop us some comments, let us know who you think is worthy, and we'll have that all coming up on the other side of the break.
He takes the Tostitos, fakes left, goes right, and dives into the salsa. Now that is how you bring home the snacks.
What is he doing? Preparing for his next career as a commentator. Isn't he a little young for that? All the best players get broadcast deals these days.
Bill's Mafia is going absolutely crazy down here. Isn't that right, Billy? So true, so true. Back to you, Josh. Back to you. Now let's go down onto the field for the coin toss. Doesn't get much better than this.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Welcome back to your Webb's Marathon post-game show. Alongside Greg Collins, I am Brian Skowronski. Really fun game tonight. Everything that we wanted out of this rivalry, I think that we got. 59-50, the Freddies come out with a win, and it felt a lot closer than that down the stretch. A couple of plays here and there at the end of the fourth quarter allowed for Fredericktown to maintain their lead there and push it out. But, man, it really did. It felt like a big-time game, big-time environment. Everything that I wanted.
Well, I agree with you, and I think you're right. It got down to a 4-point difference, so 2 possessions. But every time Centerburg made a little bit of a run, I was really impressed with how Fredericktown responded. A couple of times they just got some blow-bys where they got uncontested layups. They're a senior-laden team, and I think that was a big difference tonight. They handled the pressure down late when things were going against them. Things were going in Centerburg's way when a couple of key players were in foul trouble, but they responded.
Take a look at the final stats of the night, brought to you by Webb's Marathon and Automotive. And it's pretty striking when you look at all the differentials there in terms of the turnovers. 5 more for Fredericktown, who only made 3 foul shots, 26 attempts on the other side for the Trojans. It's kind of hard to believe that the Freddies would win this game by 9, but those are the facts.
Well, you're right. Somebody that opens up the paper tomorrow and looks at the stats only, they're going to think, hey, Centerburg had a big, big win. Look at the free throw line. Look at the turnover difference. But, those threes make a difference.
Good point.
And, again, a score that's 59-50 is a good scoring game, but it's one of those where when you're scoring in the mid-50s, every possession matters.
Yeah, no question about it. And you talked about the threes and what a difference they were. How about the play of Luke Bean tonight? He's standing by. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with an interview with our MVP.
Great job, man.
Keep it here.
What'd you have for
He takes the Tostitos, fakes left, goes right, and dives into the salsa. Now that is how you bring home the snacks.
What is he doing? Preparing for his next career as a commentator. Isn't he a little young for that? All the best players get broadcast deals these days.
Bill's Mafia is going absolutely crazy down here. Isn't that right, Billy? So true, so true. Back to you, Josh. Back to you. Now let's go down onto the field for the coin toss. Doesn't get much better than this.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
We're back now with our Monarch Title Services Player of the Game. No question about it. Luke Bean joining me right now. 6 trifectas in the contest. But you got to take me back to that second quarter. You come off the bench. You knock down 5 of them there. What does it feel like to get in that zone? I bet the rim just looks huge.
Well, after you hit the first one and especially the second one and the crowd gets into it and your team gets into it and I'm just full of energy at that point, and I just feel like I'm not going to miss when I take the shot. So I just want to keep shooting the ball and keep shooting the ball.
Yeah, you did it very, very well there in that second quarter. You guys actually built a double-digit lead in the first. Centerburg came back, but then you allowed that spark to happen again where you're able to recollect the lead. How big do you think your play was in that second stanza where the Berg, they started getting hot, but you were like, nah, I'm equally as hot too?
I think, they started to get on a good run, and that kind of brought down their fans' energy and got our fans pumped up, and so we could get going on a run. And I think it helped us in the long run. And yeah.
Two-time defending champs, you come on their home surface, you beat them to go 6-0 in the KMAC. Give me some insight into the locker room and what the mood was like and kind of the discussion as well.
Well, we knew coming in that this was by far the most important game this year so far, and we knew we had to keep high energy, limit turnovers, and just stop them and play good defense, which I think we did all of that pretty well. And, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, you head into the weekend here, the first of the new year, with a big-time win. So moving forward for this team, I imagine that this has to feel like it's a big springboard point for you for the second half of your season.
Yeah. I mean, we can't take any of the KMAC teams lightly. Northmore's a great team, Danville, and, we just got to keep playing with the same aggression, moving on, and hopefully we can win the KMAC outright.
I think it was hard to tell as a spectator tonight who had the home court advantage because there were so many Fredericktown fans here inside the building. How much love can you give to the support that you guys got?
Yeah, that was great. I knew there's going to be a bunch of fans here. Didn't know how many of our fans would be here, but they definitely showed out, and it was great to play in front of.
Well, it's a huge performance by you and your squad. Congratulations on a big win. If there's anybody at home who's watching that you want to give some love to, now's your chance. Give a shout-out, my guy.
Shout out to my family, my friends, and just everybody who supports us.
All right, Luke being our Monarch title services MVP, thanks so much for the time, dude.
Thank
Good
you very
stuff
much.
Tonight.
He takes the Tostitos, fakes left, goes right, and dives into the salsa. Now that is how you bring home the snacks.
What is he doing? Preparing for his next career as a commentator. Isn't he a little young for that? All the best players get broadcast deals these days.
Bill's Mafia is going absolutely crazy down here. Isn't that right, Billy? So true, so true. Back to you, Josh. Back to you. Now let's go down onto the field for the coin toss. Doesn't get much better than this.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Back here to wrap things up from the heart of Ohio after a big-time 59-50 win by Fredericktown in enemy territory. They knock off Centerburg. And Greg Collins, I got to hear from you about your impressions of the Freddies, getting to see them in person for the first time this season. What's your takeaways?
Well, they're a senior-dominated team. First thing I looked at was the grades for these players. They're seniors, and they showed it tonight. Every time Centerburg started to make a run, especially late in the fourth quarter, Fredericktown responded. That's a sign of a mature, well-coached team.
And for Centerburg, I think that there was a lot to like for them. Obviously, they attacked a lot. They got to the free throw line plenty of times, but they don't give the win, and that's kind of been the case for them so far this season. They've dropped some eggs and then also played some big games. What do you think for them moving forward needs to happen for them to get more of that winning vibe and feeling back?
Well, I'm sure that the players and the coaches feel bad about losing a rivalry game, losing at home. But there's a lot of season left.
Sure.
Both teams, I know both teams. Northmore in the conference has played both teams tough. Cardington in the conference has played both teams tough.
Yeah.
So if you're Centerburg, you're saying, listen, one loss, we can still win this thing. Let alone we get another rematch with Fredericktown.
So that's going to wrap up our coverage tonight from Centerburg as they complete their first trip around the sun in the KMAC. Undefeated for Fredericktown, 5-1 for Centerburg. These two teams are going to meet, of course, in Fredericktown at the end of the season. So look for that one to probably decide the thing when it is all said and done. And coming up tomorrow for the Freddies. They're going to be at Cardington, and then Danville is going to be the next opponent for Centerburg on January the 13th. So they get a little bit of a layoff. Not so much for Fredericktown. They get to take this big win and try to roll it over into tomorrow. Got to thank everybody who helped make tonight's game happen, including Mr. Gregg Collins on the call with me. It was a good time calling it with Gregg. And our camera guy tonight, Joshua Banks. Adam Thompson made all the graphics for us and then also did the switch-in, track stats. A man of many hats this evening. But we couldn't do it without any of our generous sponsors that help bring you the live and free coverage, including Centerburg Pointe, Sabre Health, along with Monarch Title Services and Rochelle Salmons, Webb's Marathon, and Automotive, The Park National Bank, Knox Community Hospital, and Frito-Lay. For everybody at the OH Report, I'm Brian Skowronski signing out for tonight from the heart of Ohio.